Hey guys, it's Kelly, and today I'm back with another flow to focus on opening up the heart to really help our posture. So if you're ready to practice, roll out your mat and let's get started. Find a comfortable seat on your mat. Close down your eyes, let the palms rest lightly on the thighs. Sit up nice and tall. Feel the mat and the ground underneath the sits bones supporting you, holding you up. Soften through your shoulders. Just start to tune inwards towards your breath, letting go of any thoughts or distractions around you that were there before you stepped on your mat. Just allow yourself to be here, to be present. Give yourself the gift of these moments together, of the moments with yourself, with your body, away from the busyness of the mind of the day. Just allow yourself to show up fully present on your mat. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And on your next inhalation, we'll begin to lengthen the breath. So maybe that's taking 1 or 2 more seconds to slow down your inhale to reach your edge. Exhale through the nose, letting the belly slowly deflate. Keep inhaling, lengthening the breath. Exhale through the nose, maybe making your exhale a little bit longer as we activate the parasympathetic nervous system. The more we practice slowing down our exhales, the calmer the body will feel. One more inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And return to your normal breath. Blink the eyes open. Inhale, arms rise high. Exhale, take a twist over to the right. Ground the right fingertips down. Gaze over the right shoulder. Keep the spine nice and long here. Inhale, arms come high. Exhale, twist over to the left this time. Inhale fully. Exhale completely, letting the belly button draw closer to the spine. Inhale, arms rise high. Exhale, hands plant in front of the shins, walk it out, forward fold, hinge at the hips. Just relax the upper body. Inhale, back up. Switch out the cross of the feet. This time, inhale, arms come high. Right fingertips plant by the right hip. Get long through the left side body. Take your tilt over to the right. Keep the left hip grounded. Breathe into the side body, really stretching the intercostal muscles. Inhale, come back up. Take your tilt to the left this time. Gaze can come under the right arm if it's comfortable. Always moving a little deeper with your exhales. Inhale, rise, come back up. Walk it out. Hinge at the hips, forward fold. Good. Walk it back up. Swing the feet around. Find your way to your tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Tops of the feet press down. Press the mat away, grounding down through the knuckle mounds and the base of each finger and the fingertips. Nice. Breathe here. Push the mat away so much, like you're doming the space between the shoulder blades. And then exhale, keep the arms straight, but let the shoulders sink down. So we're doing some scapular push-ups here. So inhale, press, broaden through the shoulders. Exhale as you come down. And just go at a pace that feels good to you. Just warming up the shoulder girdle here, shoulder blades. Find some stillness, find a neutral position. Exhale, come back, child's pose just for a moment. Keep it active, keep the arms extended. Inhale, exhale. Good, walk the hands over to the right. Feel into the side body once again, hips come over to the left just slightly. Passing through center, walk it over to the left this time. Hips come over to the right. Oh, it should feel nice and yummy. Come back forward. Extend the arms super straight here. Roll forward through your tabletop. Let the hips come down. You can inch the hips back if you need a little more space for your cobra, baby cobra. Exhale, pass through tabletop, child's pose. Inhale, come forward, cobra, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, back. Just taking this nice fluid movement here, warming up the body, waking up the spine, these nice little spinal waves here. And then next time you get to your belly, to your cobra, bring the legs nice and close. Palms under the shoulders. Inhale up, baby cobra. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Exhale, release. Inhale up, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Fingertips come to the outside edges of the mat. Elbows point towards the ceiling. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Good. Inhale, rise. Dip the left shoulder down, gaze over the right. So stretching the top of the left shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale, dip the right shoulder down. Should feel really nice on the top of the right shoulder. Inhale up. Hands come back underneath the shoulders. Press back through your tabletop to your child's pose. This time, let the arms melt down. Forehead rests on the mat. Tune in with your breath. Inhale, come forward, tabletop. Tuck the toes under. Slowly press back, find your way downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet here. Warming up the back body, getting into the calves. It's all about tuning in with what your body needs. So if you ever need an extra moment in a pose or stretch, you're always welcome to stay there. I'm just your guide. Find some stillness in your downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to your high plank. Press the mat away. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Once again, drop the knees if you need to. Exhale, back, downward facing. Inhale, forward and hold your plank pose. Remember, you can drop the knees, press the mat away, dome the space between the shoulder blades. Good, scapular push-ups. Let everything sink down. Press the mat away. Shoulders draw together as you exhale. Press the mat away. Good. So we're just getting into the upper back. Good. It's hard to talk and do this at the same time. Good. Press the mat away and hold. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Nice, you guys. Inhale, right leg rises. Open up the hip. Bend the right knee. Draw the right heel towards the glute. Keep the right shoulder melting down. Try not to lift and open. Good, and then square off in the hip. Nose comes towards the knee. Place the right foot down. Back knee, shin, and foot comes down. Inhale, rise up. Low crescent. Breathe here. And let's pulse this out a little bit. Fly the hands back, straighten through the front leg. Hands can plant and crawl it back forward. So just moving between our runner's lunge. You can keep the hands down the whole time if you'd like, or you can fly the hands. Come back forward, low lunge. So waking up our hip flexors. We'll be doing some back bends today. And it's really important to make sure the hip flexors are properly warmed up. Good, stay in your low lunge. Inhale, arms rise once again. Hold. Bend the elbows, cactus the arms. Find a bit of a back bend here. Breathe. Exhale, back runner stretch. Draw the toes towards the shin. Good, crawl the hands over to the right. Hips come a little to the left. It's getting into various parts of our hamstring. And then hands come to the inside of the right leg. Hips come a little over to the right. Walk the hands out. Good, come back forward. Plant the right foot down. Hands plant. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Stack the hip. Left hip over right. Bend the left knee. Left heel comes to the left glute. Square off the hip, nose to knee. Dome the shoulders. Really hug the knee into the chest. Step the left foot forward. Lower the back knee, shin and foot. Rise up. Low crescent lunge. Breathe. Good, let's pulse it out here. Straighten the arms, straighten the legs. You can bring the hands down. Runner stretch, crawl it forward. Low lunge, lift through the heart, lift the chest. Try not to round down. Yeah, exhale back. Crawl it forward, lift the chest. Exhale back. Let's do one more. Inhale forward. Plant the left foot all the way. Let the hips sink forward and down. Inhale, rise, low crescent, arms lift high. Cactus the arms as you shine the heart. Take a gentle back bend. Gaze comes towards the ceiling if it's comfortable. Good, and then exhale, hands come down, straighten the left leg. Draw the left hip a little more into the hip socket to feel a little more stretch, a little more stability. Crawl the hands over to the left, on the outside of the left leg. Hips come gently over to the right. And then hands come to the inside. Hips go to the left. Crawl the hands out. Good. Come forward, plant the left heel, the left foot down. Tuck the back toes, plant the hands. Downward facing dog. Send the gaze towards the fingertips. Come up high on your tippy toes. And we're gonna slowly tippy toe all the way up. It's okay, put a bend in your knees. Keep pressing down through the hands, pressing through the fingertips. Find your way to your forward fold. You can keep your feet hip distance if that feels good. And sway side to side. Shake the head, yes or no. Release the grip on the elbows. And like you have weights on the ends of your hands, slowly roll all the way up, but imagine the weights are keeping your arms nice and heavy. So going super slow here. Once you rise to stand, let the head be the last thing. Shoulders roll up and back and down. Head lifts. Beautiful. Breathe in your mountain pose. You can close your eyes. Come back to the present moment, this moment right here. Feel into the feet. Maybe rock around front and back and side to side. Feel the balance. And find stillness. Blink the eyes open. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to the shins. Exhale, plant the hands. Right foot steps back. Inhale, hover the hands. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise forward to your high plank. Exhale, halfway down, chaturanga, or all the way down to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press the feet into the mat, press the palms away. Or if you went to the mat, find your baby cobra. Exhale, lift through the hips, find your way back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, knee comes towards the nose. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Gaze just above the toes. Plant the hands, step it up. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Arms come high. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, arms come high. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, left foot steps back. High lunge. Inhale, hover the hands. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, shift the weight a little forward onto the tippy toes, lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press the mat away. Exhale, lift the hips. Roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Exhale. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulder blades draw together. Step it up. Forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale. Hands come to heart center. Good. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, sit back down, chair pose. Weight shifts into the heels. Breathe. Good. Hands come to heart center. Steady the gaze. Exhale, let's take a twist over to the right. You can hook the elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Press the hands closer to heart center if you can. Now steady your gaze. Inhale, come back up to chair pose, hands at heart center. Exhale, dive it down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands come to heart center on your exhale. Good. Sit back and down, chair pose, hands at heart center. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, twist over to the left this time. Take a peek down, make sure your knees are in line with each other. Inhale, forward, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot steps way back. Feet are hip distance apart, so adjust your spacing if you need to. Inhale, rise all the way up. Crescent lunge. And breathe. You're on the ball of the back foot. Keep the heel lifted. Start to shine the heart towards the ceiling as we keep warming up the spine for our back bends. Cactus the arms. Good. Inhale. Straighten the arms. Let's straighten the front leg. Arms come down by the sides of the body. Inhale. Bend. Straighten on your exhale. Inhale to bend. Let's do one more. Exhale to straighten. Beautiful. Hands come to heart center. Bend through the front leg. Take your twist over to the left. Hook the outside of the right elbow on the thigh. And breathe. If you want, you can open up the arms or take a half bind by wrapping the left arm around the lower back. Let's come back, hands to heart center. Unwind all the way up. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back, downward facing dog. Moving through a vinyasa here. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises behind you, knee to nose. Step the right foot forward. Find your feet, and then inhale all the way up. Breathe. Notice your breath. Is it elevated here? I know mine is. Means we're working. Let's shine the heart towards the ceiling. Cactus the arms. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Breathe. Good. Straighten the arms. Straighten the front leg. Arms come by the sides of the body. Focus your gaze here. Good. Exhale to bend. Straighten the arms. Arms come high. Good. Pulsing it out here. Straightening the leg. And bending. One more. Straighten the leg. Arms come down. Last one, crescent lunge. Beautiful. Hands come to heart center. We'll take a twist over to the right. So hinge in the hips here. Maybe your elbow finds the outside of the right thigh. Gaze can follow the right shoulder towards the ceiling. Good. If you opened the arms last time, open them up here. If you took the half bind. Nice. Challenging our balance. Hands come back to heart center. Inhale, back up. Oh, you got it. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back, downward facing dog. Another vinyasa flow here. Inhale, forward to high plank. Come a little forward onto the tippy toes, halfway down. Chaturanga, shoulders are higher than the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Breathe here. Nice. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot steps forward. Left heel spins down, heel to arch alignment in our warrior two. Cartwheel the hands up. Warrior two. Arms are out in a T, gaze over the right middle finger. You can take a peek back at the right arm, left arm. See if it's higher or lower and make sure it's right out from the shoulder. Flip the front palm, reach a little forward, take it back, reverse your warrior. Breathe. If you'd like, you can internally rotate the left shoulder, bring the left arm behind. Maybe you find the right hip crease with the palm. Keep pressing down through the right heel. Back to your warrior two, straighten the front leg, reach long through the right arm, and then find your triangle pose. Right arm grounds down on the shin or beyond. Breathe. Good. Come back up, micro bend in the front knee, warrior two. Windmill the hands down, step back, downward facing dog. This time we'll lower the elbows down to the mat, so we're on our forearms. Press the hips up and back. Shoulders come back. Really warming up our shoulders here, so maybe you come a little forward and then press it back and hold. And if you have more space, you can walk the feet in. This is our dolphin pose. It can be really intense on the shoulders. And come back to your downward facing dog. So come up on one palm, the other palm. Good. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Left knee to left nose. I guess there's only one nose. Left knee to nose. Step the left foot forward. Good. Spin the right heel down. Cartwheel up. Warrior two. Nice. Breathe. Fix my microphone. Shoulder blades draw together, even here. So we're broadening through the shoulders. Press down through the left heel. Flip the left palm, reach a little forward, take it back. Reverse your warrior. Right arm is low, left arm's high. And if you want to go for the bind, rotate the right shoulder in and then draw the right arm, the right hand behind the lower back. Stay there, or maybe one day find the left hip crease. Keep bending the left knee. Breathe. Come back to your warrior two. Straighten the left leg. Reach long through the left fingertips. Right hip comes way back. And then tilt forward. This is our triangle pose. Stacking the right shoulder over the left. Breathe. What is your body telling you in this moment? What do you need to do here? Good. Micro bend in the front knee as you come back up. Windmill the hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Good. Breathe here for a moment. And maybe you scoot your feet in or your hands back just a little bit so the heels come down to the mat if they can. If not, no worries. Take the left hand to the outside of the left calf or the left thigh. And then twist over to the right. So just a little revolved down dog here. Good, and then plant the left palm, get light in the right hand comes to the outside of the calf or the thigh, twist to the left. And come back, good. Inhale, left leg rises once again. Step the left foot in between the hands, good. And from here, we're just gonna rotate around to the wide edge of our mat for a wide-legged forward fold. Good. Bend the knees side to side just a little bit. Opening up the inner thighs. And then we'll walk all the way over to the right. Maybe the left toes come up towards the ceiling. You can bring the hands to heart center. Keep the hands down on the mat. Just stay low here. Lift the right leg. Your Skandasana and come to the back. Lift the left leg. You're always welcome to fly the hands here. And then come back to your forward fold. So both feet, both toes face the wide edge of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Lean the weight a little forward so that you have as much weight in your heels as you do in the balls of your feet. And peace grip on the big toes here. So second and third middle finger. Wrap around the big toe and the thumb completes the lock. Exhale, forward fold. Elbows come wide here. Good, release that grip. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come to the waist. Come all the way up. Beautiful. Left toes spin towards the front of the mat. Step the right heel in just a little bit. Setting up for our pyramid stance. So we want our feet hip distance apart. It's okay to peek down and see what's going on. Left foot is straight towards the top of the mat, and the right foot is angled out towards the right at about a 45-degree angle. Hands to the hips to start. Notice your weight distribution on both your feet. Good. And then we'll bring the hands behind the lower back, interlace the palms, lift the chest towards the ceiling. Bring the palms closer together if you can. And then with a nice flat back, begin to hinge over the front leg. And if at any time you need to release the spine, you can, but we're gonna let the palms come away from the lower back if that's available. Bring the hands back down. Find your floor here. Or if you have blocks, I like to use blocks or books or something to help the ground come up higher for me. So I tend to be a little tighter in the hamstrings. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. And with each exhale, maybe the belly comes a little further down the thigh. Good. From here, listen closely. I'm going to take my blocks with me. Ground down through the left foot, right leg lifts. Supported warrior 3 here. You can keep pressing into your blocks, or if you don't have your blocks, just keep your hands on the mat. No big deal. Just breathe. Good. Bring the left hand to the left hip. Keep the right hand tented on the mat or your block. Good. And then revolve to the left. Open the left arm towards the ceiling. Revolved half moon. You got it. And exhale, bring it back down. Right foot steps up to meet the left. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. Arm sweep high. Exhale, hands come to heart center. We'll just switch it out and move to the other side. Step the left foot back. Find your pyramid stance. Right foot is straight. Angle the left foot. Equal weight on both feet. Interlace the hands the funky way, so whichever thumb was on top, put it on the bottom. Inhale, straighten the arms. Heart lifts towards the ceiling. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Fold forward. And when you're ready, hands come back to the lower back. Release the hands down to the mat. Or I'm going to use blocks. So if you need to pause the video and go get some books or something, feel free. Breathe. And from here, walk the hands forward as you shift all of the weight onto your right foot. Left leg comes up, supported warrior 3. Belly button draws towards the spine. Keep the left foot really engaged here. Flex the toes. Good. Ground down through the left palm. Move this block out of the way. Inhale, right arm lifts high, so rotating the right shoulder towards the ceiling. Oh, you can do it. Exhale, release, left foot comes down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands come high. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Good, shake it out. We're gonna move into one of my favorite balancing postures today, since we've been opening through the chest, through the shoulders, our dancer pose. So inhale, arms come high. Right arm comes down. Thumb points towards the back of the room. So if you bend your arm, it's like you're holding a serving tray. Palm remains out. Ground down through the left foot. Bend the right knee. Heel comes towards the glute. See if you can grab the inside of the right foot. If you're at home and this isn't working, you can also find a wall and place your left hand on the wall for balance or for extra support. But once you're here, thighs draw towards each other. And then start to kick the foot into the hand, hand into the foot. So find your back bend first before you tilt forward. So once you find your edge, then tilt forward. Keep kicking the foot into the hand. Breathe. Gaze is focused. And then slowly, mindfully come all the way up. Release the foot down. Right arm lifts. Moving to the other side, left arm comes down. Be present in this moment. So letting go of whatever thoughts you had or whatever happened on the other side. Because each side's different. Ground down through the right foot. Grab a hold of the inside of the left foot or ankle. Square off here. Everything faces the front. You're already in the pose. Working your balance. Working the stretch on your thigh. But if you want to move on, kick the foot into the hand, hand into the foot. Really kick, 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 and then take your tilt forward. Try to keep the left hip pointer facing down. And then mindfully coming out of the pose. Beautiful. Arms come high. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Separate the feet, mat distance. Heels come in just slightly. Toes point out. Exhale. Find your malasana, your yogi squat. So open up the thighs here. We'll just use this as our counter resting pose. Let the elbows guide the thighs open. Good. Hands come down. And since we're down here, let's bring the feet together. Just do a quick crow pose or work towards your crow. If you've never done it before, that's totally fine. Just have some fun exploring. Hands come down, shoulder distance apart. Bring the knees high up on the backs of the triceps. Good. And then start to shift the weight forward, so forward that maybe your toes get light. One toe, maybe the other toe. Engage through the core. Maybe you lift both at the same time. Whoop. Awesome. And just being okay with whatever happens. So let's explore one more moment here. Yeah. Good. Maybe you find just a little lift off. Maybe you're just working to get the thighs close to the belly here and the triceps, or the knees on the triceps. But wherever you are, let's come back, draw the knees together. Good. And just round down a little bit. Relax the hands, maybe the tops of the hands come to the mat. And then we'll just slowly stand all the way up. Good. Setting up for our last balancing pose, our tree pose. I'll face you guys. Open up the right thigh, right sole of the foot comes to the inside of the left leg. Lift up out of the left hip. Hands come to heart center. If you'd like, you can use your hand and bring the foot a little higher up on the thigh. Engage the left outer glute muscle. Focus your gaze. You can grow your branches. Sometimes I like to find a little movement here or challenge my balance, shifting my gaze high. Good. Wherever your arms are, bring them back to heart center and lightly step out of the pose. Other side, ground down through the right foot. Open up the left hip. Bring the left sole of the foot wherever you'd like it. Engage the outer right glute. Move on as your body allows and how it wants to express itself today. Maybe you find a gentle back bend, or maybe you're still. Maybe you're moving. Bring the hands back to heart center. Lightly step out of the pose. Beautiful. Inhale, arms come high. Exhale, swan dive. All the way down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back. Plank pose. Holding your plank here. Press the mat away. Good. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Untuck the toes. Bring the forehead on top of your arms. Relax here. Maybe the feet come side to side. Good. Let's find stillness. Hands come underneath the shoulders, tops of the feet press in. Inhale up, baby cobra. We've been here many times, so inhale, lift the palms up off the mat. Press the feet down. And then take the arms, chest is still lifted, fly the arms back, interlace the fingertips, lift the chest. And then see if you can lift the feet up off the mat at the same time. Straight legs, small sips of air. Exhale down. Find your crocodile pose once again. Head can rest on the hands, the arms. Slowing down the breath. Moving on to our next back bend, possibly our last back bend. Bend both feet to reach back. So use your muscles to draw the heels closer to the glute and lift the chest. And then, can you reach the ankles or the outside edges of the feet? And if you have that connection, really press the feet into the hands, lift up, bow pose. Keep lifting and pressing. If not, fly the arms out like we did before with straight legs. Small sips of air. Inhale a little more up. Exhale, release. Hands come to the mat. Press back. Child's pose. Separate the knees super wide though. Let the belly fall through. Reconnecting with your breath. Reconnecting with this moment if the mind has wandered. Maybe it would feel nice to shift the hips side to side here. Good. We'll come forward, standing high up on the knees. Knees are hip distance apart. And we'll tuck the toes under for this first one. Moving into our camel pose, take your hands to the back of your lower back, like you're sliding your hands into your jeans pockets. Elbows draw towards each other. Press the hips forward with the hands. Shine the heart towards the ceiling. Maybe the gaze finds the ceiling. You can stay here. This feels good if the body's feeling like it wants more. Each hand can find each heel. Lift the chest. Let the head relax back and down. Then come out the way you came in. Each hand comes to the lower back. And then we'll sit in our thunderbolt just for a moment, hips to the heels. Just to neutralize, and we'll do one more round. And for this next round, you can do the same setup you did before with the feet tucked, or the toes tucked under. Or you can leave your feet flat. So find your spacing, so knees are directly under the hips. Hands come behind the lower back. Elbows draw in, and then start to shift the hips forward. Look up. And if it's available, each hand finds each heel. Press the hips forward. Breathe. And whenever you're ready to come out the way you came in, and slowly sit back onto the heels. Feet come nice and close together, knees come close together. Take your hands, make little L shapes, and draw them by the heels. They may not touch. We all have different length arms, and that's cool, but they draw that direction. Finding our counter pose, our rabbit. The chin will come in towards the chest, and we're going to round down into a nice little ball. Maybe the hands can grab onto the heels. Really draw the forehead up close to the thighs. No pressures on the head here if it's on the mat. But if the head gets really close to the thighs, you can straighten the arms and really stretch the upper back. We pull onto the feet. And then in reverse order, keep the head crunched in. Keep the neck, the chin towards the neck, and slowly bring the hips towards the heels. We're going to round up, nice and slowly. Shrug the shoulders high, back and down. Chin is the last thing to release. I'll take a few little shoulder rubs here if that feels good. Very nice. Good. Let's crawl forward to our tabletop, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, find your pigeon pose outside of the right knee comes to the outside of the right wrist. Left leg extends back, untuck the toes. Take a peek back, make sure the leg is straight, extending from the hip. And then find a little length in the upper body here. You can fly the hands back. And then we'll move into our pigeon pose. And as always, if this pose is not comfortable for you, you can take a figure 4 on your back, or if you have a block or a blanket, you can prop it underneath your right hip for a little added support. It makes a huge difference. But wherever you are, relaxing down for a few moments, a few breaths. We hold a lot of our tension, stress in the body, in our hips. So this can be a very challenging posture for many of us. But allow the body to relax and surrender and let go. start to walk the upper body up. Good. From here, just to stretch a little bit of our quads here, bend the left knee, see if you can reach back. Grab a hold of the left quad. So you can move into any variation of your upward pigeon here. I just want to work on my quad stretch right now though. Feels good. So draw the heel towards the glute. Breathe. And relax down. Nice. Just moving to the other side. We'll go to our downward facing dog first. Maybe shake out the right hip. And then left leg rises. Bring the left knee to the outside of the left wrist. Back knee, shin, and foot comes down. You can even tuck the back toes and draw the left or the right leg back a little more. Start up high. Finding your balance so you're not leaning to one side or the other. And then slowly find your way into your pigeon, into your expression. And oftentimes our hips are different from side to side. So maybe this is your tighter side. This is my tighter side, so I'm definitely feeling some discomfort here. And it's okay to feel discomfort as long as you don't feel any pain. If you feel pain, then back out of the pose or take an alternative pose, but discomfort is normal, especially in our pigeon. And if you focus on your breath and lengthening your inhale and exhale through the discomfort, eventually the body will say, I am safe, and it'll relax and the muscle will become more comfortable. Couple more breaths. Walk the hands up, moving into an upward expression. If you wish, you can take your mermaid bind or your king pigeon, or you can do what we did on the last side. Grab onto the foot and see if you can draw the foot towards the heel. I'm sorry, the heel towards the glute. Oh, yeah. Okay, and release the leg or the bind wherever you are. Rock onto the left hip. Oh, swing the right leg around. Cooling down here. Find your staff pose. Legs extend out long. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Reach forward. Really reach past the toes. Don't even look at the toes. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up. Good. From here, shift back onto the hips, arms extend. And we'll slowly recline all the way down to our mat. Lie down on your back. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a nice little hug here. Thanking yourself for your practice, for the work you put in today. You can rock side to side. Good. And use your hands, maybe scooch the hips over to the left a little, and then let the knees guide over to the right for a spinal twist. Left hand can come to the left. And twists are my favorite part of our yoga practice. They're almost like the dessert. They just feel so nice on the body. Inhale back to center. Scoot the hips a little over to the right. Draw the knees in close to the chest and then let them fall over to the left. And breathe. This should be relaxing, and if not, just find a way or scooch the hips so that you can be on the left hip here and it's comfortable, where you don't feel like you have to hold yourself up. You should just be able to lay here. Sometimes it takes a little exploring to find that right spot for you. Each of our bodies are different. Good. Inhale back to center. Draw the knees towards the chest, separate them out wide. Find your happy baby. Hands come to the outside of the feet or the shins. Flex through the feet like you're holding up the ceiling and pull the feet down as you press the feet into the hands. Lower back stays down. Think about melting the shoulders towards the mat, even here. Good. And if you'd like, you can switch your grip or grab onto the big toes, straighten the legs, finding your straddle. And then bring the feet up. Legs are straight. Soles of the feet point towards the ceiling. Hands come down. Engage through the core. And then slowly lower the legs. Working the core on our way down. And when the lower back starts to lift, separate the feet. Find your Shavasana. Close down your eyes. Let the tongue float away from the roof of your mouth. And just allow yourself to be here in stillness. Allow yourself to still be present in this moment. As we take our Shavasana. And begin to bring awareness back into your body. Finding movement in the hands and the toes and the fingers. You take a full body stretch, getting long in the arms. And then hug the knees in towards your chest. You can rock off to one side and pause, or you can press your way up. Find a comfortable seat like we began class. Eyes are still closed, your gaze is low. And to close class, we'll take a moment of gratitude. Gratitude for yourself for showing up today. to shift your focus to being present in your body and your mind, allowing yourself that space, the space to just be, and finding more contentment and joy that you can take off your mat. It was an honor to guide you today. Thanks for stopping in and practicing with me. And I hope to see you on in the comments or future video. Namaste.